Oh hey, welcome back. If you haven't heard the news, we are opening a kids clothing and toy store, and it's opening in about 3 months. It's called Duck Duck Blue, and on this channel we are routinely going thrift shopping, estate sale shopping, yard sale shopping, to not only stock the store, but also to build some of the furnishing in the store, some of the fixtures. So on today's video, not only are we going to about 100 yard sales, we're also going to a giant flea market as well as a handful of estate sales to do just that. And this is probably the stupidest video I've ever made. The stuff that we found at these sales. I can't. Just please stick around. Evansville, Indiana, where I have my antique mall booths, is full of other antique malls I don't really ever go to. Don't think I've ever been here on camera, but I'm gonna check it out today. I've got a toy store, so it's good. I feel like I saw it in here ages ago when we got it. Thanks for help. I built the whole custom train table. I'm thinking about just putting it on the end of the table, like the train table's its cart. Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't want to bust it up none. Tell me we ain't about to get some silly looks on the way home. Tell me we ain't. Where do you think that lies on the list of silly things we bought?
It's up there, but it's cool.
Yeah. We are at my favorite thrift store in Evansville, Worldwide Mission Thrift, but I just want to show you real quick because this was a Toys R Us fixture. I bet it came out of there. That's the Toys R Us here in Evansville. As far as I know, there's only one. Well, that was the bait. Yeah, I think that was Toys R Us. There's Babies R Us close by, but that's crazy, isn't it? That probably came out of that building right there. There's not a whole lot going on here. Just Ninja Turtle, Nerf discs, connects, you know, the usual. One more Goodwill stop while we're in town. I'm actually pretty hype on this chair. $5, clear chair, acrylic. We're gonna take this back to the shop and do something awesome to it for the store.
From the detour sign on down to Taco Bell sign.
Oh, I've seen those. I've seen your listings for those too. How much are all the Taco Bell ones?
That one's $200.
For all three or for the big one?
All three of them.
Well, I do appreciate it. I'm opening a toy store.
Oh, are you?
I've got some toy trains. So
Okay.
it's gonna look real good behind them.
Okay.
I'm glad one showed up. I've been looking pretty hard.
They're hard to find.
Yeah, well, you know, they sell them on the internet, but they're not quite as authentic.
Right. Well, this one right here was a real thing, you know.
Now, I've got a lot more for the Thomas station, but we gotta wait for the floor to get done. Call me a liar if you want to, believe me if you want to, but we went to over 100 yard sales in the course of making this video. I know this because we went to effectively 3 large community sales, and the biggest of which boasted over 90 sales. Now, I call a little bit of BS on this boast because it felt more like 40 or 50, but we did go to 2 more community sales that were equally big, and it had to be over 100 sales. Now, that being said, what you're about to watch is only the cherry-picked clips of me finding the best stuff. You're not about to have to sit through an hour of 100 clips of me going to yard sales. I picked the best stuff out. But I wanted to tell you that because you have to have a realistic understanding of reselling sometimes. Yes, you're about to watch the prettiest version, but just know, I got my steps in today, walking up to probably 60 sales, where I just turned right back around and got in the car. We stopped at our first sale. It was uneventful, but we were provided with a mat. Look at all those sards. This is gonna be relatively easy because look, this is just a couple roads and they're all squeezed in here. It's this tiny little town. We just went to 13 and we didn't drive very far. We found 8. I guess 9's not open yet, but it's just 20 yard sales in like a square quarter mile. How much?
$2.
$2 trash can. $2 video game. Did you get a trash can?
Got a trash can for the office.
Let's say $5.
$9.
There you go. I bought some $5 ostrich skin to go Stretch a few yards of it. You want to be my friend? You want to be my friend? Yard sale kitty. How much?
$1.50.
Okay.
4 for $5, 10 for 10.
All right. How much on these? There's a couple of them.
Man, I don't know. $20 for both of them.
Let me look at it real quick. I bought some Pokemon cards and Doom 3 on 360. Or I said 360. Is that regular? Regular Xbox. 50 cents. There's some bucks. And it's from Kmart. 1 pair of shoes, 2 conductor's hats. That's it. We've been to a bunch of sales today. I've yet to go to one that sort of knocked my socks off. This one's looking alright. You need floaters? Yeah, I'll take that for sure. It's a bunch of local stuff, I think. I just had about the craziest find. These are like, I don't know if they're Burger King, McDonald's, they're Dairy Queen Digimon toys that I didn't know existed, and I'm pretty sure it's the whole set. I don't know if they're valuable, but I know for sure they're worth 50 cents. I also bought a bag full of buttons, and they're actually sort of mostly local stuff, but that's okay because we will sell those in the store here, because if it's a bunch of festivals, local stuff, people will probably buy them. And here's another yard sale. Do you?
In the basement, if you're interested in it.
I am, but I don't.
It's a lot to go through.
Yeah,
I know.
that's the problem.
They're just kind of like all in there. Yeah.
There's paying for it, then there's the work.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do 150 if you can get the books.
Let me ask my husband real quick.
Okay.
Make sure he's okay with that.
Okay,
But,
all right. Well, just bought hella Legos. Then here's the bookie books. Bunch of Technic builds. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Hopefully all the minifigs for this stuff is in here too. So it could be rather profitable to go through all these and piece some together. And I know, like, my oldest brother, AJ, probably would do that some, but he's way better at this kind of thing than I am. There's a couple of things that I'm going to get as much as I can out, like the train set, the Lego train set. I got some pieces. I got all the minifig out, and you can see here's some. This is not from that haul, but I've begun to put minifigs separate. And what else was in there? There's this other thing that's almost all built. I might be able to see if I can complete that, but otherwise most of this is not going to get completed. It's going to get dumped into raw Lego, and it's a mess. But this is the quality blocks in here, the good stuff, and then this table is, you know, it's covered with stuff, plates and little stuff, where I've sifted the little stuff in. So probably going to spend a lot of tomorrow doing that, and then I don't know what to do with some of this bigger stuff. Break it down, I don't know, put it in bags, sell buckets full, I don't know. Comment your suggestions below, but a lot of this is going to be raw Lego. How much are these?
$1.
Okay.
Just bring them on out. I have to.
First yard sale of the day, right after sunrise. 3 awesome plush, including a Pikachu Squishmallow, and 18 video games. Not bad titles. Not sure if this is a yard sale or a flea market, but look at all the signs. I saw all the signs. Check this out, Space Voyager's NASA mission package included Apollo 2. Some days you see something brand new for the very first time and it surprises you. I've never seen an Amish buggy with a trailer, ever in my life. And this is coming from someone whose family owned Amish Surrey wagons that we pulled our horses with. Tell me these aren't sick, nasty. Venom. Is it Hawkman? $3 each. Ooh, Hawkman's dead. Down. What do you think I saw from a mile away?
Yes. Would you be interested in doing a deal for all of your shoes? All of your boys' shoes?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Maybe talk to me tomorrow afternoon.
We're from Jasper. We won't be back.
Okay.
So that's okay if you don't want to.
I mean, if you wanted, like, if you were over 30, but will you do 22?
Can we call it 20?
20 it is.
Okay.
I guess it's better than nothing.
Yeah, $20 box.
It's important to note that we went to about as many yard sales as we went to. Probably more the other day where you bought like 10 boxes like that.
Right.
And that's the only deal we got. Deal of the century. $1 shop back. $1.
Question. Would you want to do a deal on all your boys' shoes?
Those are all Jody's, and I'm
Okay.
sure she would cut you if you
Okay. I'll wait.
Yeah, those are all.
I counted 20, but I can count again.
25? Roll of them? Let's see.
Are in really good shape.
Can you help looking for anything?
Yeah, I'll do 25.
By a completely random confluence of events that were not entirely on purpose, we've ended up in a golf club community that's boasting 90 yard sales, and this is the first one. How much are your buttons?
How many do you want?
Maybe all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'd like to coin a term, okay? You get pulled over for parking weird at a yard sale. You gotta just tell the cop that it's yard sale rules. You just can't always park where you want to park. Ooh, connects. Let's go. I'll take it. That's a good amount for $10. It's heavy. Who do I pay?
Oh, you got a bag of goodies?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got a 20. Got change.
Okay, I do.
That is a heavy bag of connects.
I took artwork and big photos out of those. They're non-breakable glass. That's not plastic.
Oh,
this
really?
is, of course, plastic, but
Sure.
this is non-breakable.
What does that say on there?
Just $1.
All right, I'll take 4 of those.
I mean,
Well, I spent a lot of time reframing stuff, so I do actually. So I'll take. You said 3 and then $1 a piece. So
3.
6. Okay. Mm-hmm. I've never seen that movie. This is my favorite Tarantino film, actually.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Hello. How are you? Better now that I got a muffin.
All right.
It's $1 to do the whole thing for $2.
All right, I'll take it. Look at my taters.
Nice.
We're in this really, really stupid position because her car's broke down, so we're in a rental, or a loaner, and we can't pull a trailer, so we already have a full car. Just bought an IKEA table. My camera memory card filled up, so I didn't even get footage of me buying a table. And I just bought an air compressor for $5. $5. And it works, and it's a good one, and I don't know how I'm gonna get in the car, but now we gotta figure it out. I'm just freaking out. I'm like shaking. Explain to them the feat that we just tackled.
You did it. I didn't know what to do.
Table, frames, seats down, air compressor. This is so ridiculous. At least I'm not driving the smart car. Sad part is if I was in the smart car and I found this air compressor, it'd be strapped to the hood if it had to. Now that is all of the yard sales. We're gonna move on to a flea market that was down in Nashville. Now this is not the normal Nashville flea market that you've seen me go to 100 times on my channel. This is one a little further down south that they have twice a year rather than the monthly one that happens in Nashville. And it's our first time going to it. We don't have much of an idea of what to expect, especially since it's probably gonna be a little smaller than the one we're used to. But we're gonna both look for store stuff and some stuff for resale because we are under the business license of the store also running an eBay page to sell some toys that don't really fit in the store and or what other miscellaneous we come across at yard sales to resell and to keep the funds coming in. So here's one of the best flea market trips I've ever taken. We're heading to the flea market now, which was our original intent. But I don't know how today gets better when I bought a $5 giant air compressor. Now I gotta go back to the shop and build a like network of piping to have air hookups all over the shop. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Photo spot. How much on your Lego over here?
150 for all of it. This, and all that.
How about the system, the game systems?
If you took them all, 20 each.
20 each?
Yeah. And
So $100 for this stack, and they all come on. That's verified. Doesn't mean they all work, but I have a pretty good track record of repairing them, etc. So I feel pretty confident about the deal. So I don't know. Would you feel you got a deal on all three?
Yeah.
25 on each.
Yeah. $60.
Okay, I'll do it. Thank you. I love flea markets. I just bought about $800 to $1,000 worth of eBayable camera gear. If it works, it's got to be tested. But $25 worth of gamble, even busted, it's hundreds. So, good eBay deal. This flea market is wild. I've bought thousands of dollars worth of cameras. I'm up to 3 or 4 film cameras and a high 8 tape camera, all of which sell for a couple hundred a piece at least, and then lenses. This is a wild flea market.
1 hour. Got in, got out. When you wake up at 4 a.m., you get stuff done.
As if today weren't already crazy enough, we are now at the Goodwill bins. Of course, I roll up in the bins and find a cart full of Squishmallow, at least 20 in there. Now we got to stuff them in the car. Best find of the day, bag of potato head. There's a stormtrooper in there. You want to guess how many squishy I got?
12.
12 squishy? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You want to know something funny? You nailed it, because one of them's a Beanie Baby. So it's 12.
Buy a lotto ticket.
Did you see all those cameras that I bought? This actually gives me a really good opportunity to explain something to you guys in terms of reselling that I've honestly done a terrible job over the years of making YouTube videos about reselling. And that's what I like to call long game reselling, right? A lot of content that you'll see on YouTube about reselling is more for the clicks and the views, and it's like, bam, I bought this today and I sold it tomorrow for $100, or like I've always liked to do. I'll go on a thrift trip, and in the same video, the same day, I'll buy something cool and take it to a buy-sell trade store and trade it in for something cooler. You know what I mean? That's all really quick and flashy. But when it comes to reselling, the way that I actually make most of my money is playing a long game. And these cameras are a perfect example, because here's a roll of camcorders that I haven't sold yet. And I've sold just as many here in the last couple months. These are camcorders I'll find at yard sales, and they won't have a battery. They won't have a charger. And I'll buy them knowing that either A, I have the charger at my shop, or like I have down here, I have a box on my sorter wall that's just labeled camera power. And sometimes I know I'll buy a camcorder, and I know this stuff well enough. I know that I've got the charger at home, but if not, I play the long game, and I buy that camcorder knowing that I will eventually find the charger. I'll be able to test it, and I know camcorders well enough to know that, hey, this camcorder is in the range where, if it works, I'm gonna get $200 or $300 out of the kit. And if it doesn't work, it's still worth $50, $60, $70 in parts. And so it's still worth getting at the few dollars at the yard sale. And that's really what the point of this flea market was. I mean, don't get me wrong, I bought some cool toys. I bought those video game systems, which for the store is super awesome. But you'll hear a lot of resellers sort of talk about like this. It sort of feels like, because what I'm going to make off those cameras I just bought, not only was that trip paid for, but it feels like all the stock that I bought on this trip for my store is effectively free. You know, it's how it feels. So consider that if you're thinking about getting into reselling or sort of upgrading your reselling habits. You got to pick something that not only you know well, like I know cameras, but that you like, right? Because I don't think I'd be as good at that camera stuff if I didn't like it as much as I do. But because I do, it's become really integral to my reselling. So that's enough about flea markets. Let's move on now to estate sales. We went to several estate sales before we left Nashville. Early morning estate sale by Sheila. All these TV guides are pretty wild. I don't see anything I need really other than spray paint and a tape dispenser. I guess that's a kaleidoscope. Ooh. Estate sale number 2. Well,
did you text me about the instruments last
No,
night?
that wasn't me.
Okay.
I am curious about them though.
Yeah.
You're supposed to run there and get to it with it.
But I'm more concerned about these buttons right now.
Okay.
How much for all of them?
For all the buttons?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 30 bucks.
Okay.
$1 each.
Nightmare clowns. Nightmare clowns. So, a whole bunch more buttons. We've been killing it with the buttons lately. Look at that Pulp Fiction one. State sale number 3.
Oh, well. We're doing a bid sale today, so grab a bid when you go in. Fill it as much as you can for $20, okay? If you don't want to do it that way and want to walk around, that's fine. But they can just kind of mount over the top. Can't stop the stack over the top.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
It's just amazing. This estate sale. Just stuff. Just take what you want in a bin for $20. Taking all the spray paint. The whole place is it's just everywhere too. It's just too much to look at. Dragon Ball, we're getting that. Holy crap. Okay, well, we need that part. I guess it's just started in here. We're on to our second bucket. Does the bin thing include the camera stuff?
Yes.
Okay. We'll sit here. You might as well go get the other and sort of reconfigure it, put that box in the bottom and stuff it. I think you can get it. Those are card protectors, right? Dang it. I'm gonna move on to a third box. I've been through this room 4 times. Just keep seeing more. Pretty good condition. Hasn't been opened up before. I don't know what to do about this. I'm definitely not gonna buy them all, but I kinda want a couple. They're McDonald's raw Beanie Baby bags. It's just funny.
Sell Beanie Baby to put it in that bag.
Stop having good ideas. That is a pretty great idea, actually. God, I'd kill to find the camera that stuff went with. We found out after we left with all of our stuff that this is one of the harder hit parts of Nashville with that tornado that happened recently. So these torn up homes. I believe it's this house here. The family died or someone died. I don't know. They were talking about people having lost their lives, and it's crazy. And the house we just shopped in is going to be torn down Monday, they said, so a few days. But I know it's dark, but let's talk about the happy part. All the spray paint you can shake a stick at. A really okay condition looking Xbox. A really nice camera. Clarinet needs some repairs, but I can work on it. Some connects. All kinds of Polaroid, and then just tons of like store display posters, the likes of which I don't even know. They said $5. I took it. Like there's a Walking Dead. There's some Mario in here. There's some Pokemon, Nintendo stuff. Lots of game displays. So obviously, we're pretty sick for our store. But Just Dance, that's cool. So much cool stuff. We'll look closer at those at the end of this video, so stick around for that. So I still got a camera to go, but tell me that ain't some madness. Somehow tops the smart car madness. Look how big this is. We'll figure it out. Put this somewhere safe. I hope you won't take this as over dramatic, but this is a little bit difficult for me, at least as like a video editor or storyteller. It's overwhelming how much we just did and having to compile it down into this tight, consumable video, okay? I just feel like you're going to miss so much because I just did so much shopping. I bought so many things that I'm not going to show you. And now I feel like I'm going to make a video in a couple months about this thing I bought at a yard sale that I didn't put in this video because I had to cut time. It's a lot. So we're just gonna have to wrap this video up by me showing you as quick as I can a succession of things that we got. And I'm just gonna have to live with it. You don't get to see everything because this video would be 13 hours long and no one would watch it. So let's start with those video game posters that I bought at that estate sale, and then we'll move on from there. And here we go. This is a GameStop box. So all this stuff at one time hung at a GameStop. I have no idea what 90% of it is. We're gonna find out together. Comment below what you think needs to be framed, what you think needs to hang in the store. Destiny. Those are pretty awesome. There's several of them. This one's pretty cool. It's advertising something we're not going to sell, and we're selling Pokemon stuff, so that's not going to go in the store, but it is cool. This could go up somewhere in the shop, or I could sell it in an antique mall. I don't know. Hard to say. Joy to the players. Google Play. That's awesome. All right. I'd hang that up. I'd hang that up in the store. All right, Destiny. Oh, what's this? Battlefield, Hardline, and Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead, GameStop. That's pretty cool. I think that'll actually be cool to keep for a long time and have later. Beats advertisement. Shadow of Mordor. Oh, yes! There's the gold. That'll probably get hung in the store. Longtime viewers will know how much of a fan of Grand Theft Auto I am. Just Dance 2015, that's cool. Let's go! Another. That's crazy. This feels better than pulling Pokemon cards. I'm sorry you can't see my face right now. I'm smiling. That's awesome. The Grand Theft Autos, man. Battlefield. No idea what's under here. Okay, Xbox advertisements. It just keeps going. That's awesome. This one is the one that I got a peek into the box and saw. So just because of the Nintendo-ness of it, had to buy it. Okay, a long banner for Battlefield, 2 of them. Not entirely even cut out. Nice. These are awesome, man. That's cool. That's a cool one to have. Must be part of the original packaging material. Headphone advertisement. Shadow of Mordor. Just Dance again, but bigger. Battlefield again, but bigger. And cool. That was awesome. That was so cool. I'm pumped about those Grand Theft Auto. Probably the biggest update for the store is that the floor is now done. It was a bit of a process. It took a few weeks to actually get entirely done, but now that it is, you get real updates on the store. So here I am building out the walls. You saw at the beginning of the video, I got Percy. I got the authentic railroad sign. And then I finally built out this table. And I'm very excited to have it done because it's solid. I mean, don't get me wrong, kids might find a way to tear it up, but I've nailed everything in. And the kids won't be able to take this apart. They'll be able to, you know, take the trains and do what they want, take the trains down. But it took me a good little while to get the configuration of this table figured out, but after several tries, I got it done. I also put together a wall display from some acrylic shelves that I bought at a yard sale, I think on the last video that I made, so I'm happy that that's coming together, and I'm spending some time trying to figure out exactly how the store's aisleways are going to be, how wide, how I'm going to organize smaller things under the big tables. I don't know. There's just so much to figure out. And all the Lego that I brought home now needs to be sorted into various tables I built for them. There's a lot going on, but it's starting. This half of the store is beginning to look like a toy store. Still a long way to go over here, but we are getting there. And I'm going to pretty much finish this video up. And then I'm going to get to working on this, and then hopefully you'll come back next video and see the real progress, because I think next video, as soon as you turn it on, this really should entirely look like a toy store. So subscribe for that. Turn those notifications on. Pretty please. Help us keep moving. We got a little momentum right now. I'd love to get up to 20,000 subs real soon, so help with that if you can. The air compressor. This was one of the best parts of the whole trip. And unfortunately, I didn't have my camera out because I was walking up to the yard sale where the air compressor was, and I didn't see anything. So I was like, I'm not gonna get my camera out. There's nothing here worth talking about. And then I spotted the air compressor right up by the garage before I left. And I said, hey man, how much on the air compressor? Thinking he was gonna say a price well above what I was planning on spending on this day for an air compressor. And he says $5. And Lauren keeps laughing at me because she says I couldn't get the money out of I was making a face and I couldn't get the money out of my bag fast enough. And I was trying to hand him the money and the guy was still trying to sell me on it. He's like, dude, there's nothing wrong with it. I plugged it this morning. It holds air. It's just been under my porch for 2 years. I just need it gone. He was trying to sell me hard and he didn't need to because look at this workshop and look at the complete lack of a real air compressor. That's all I had. That little thing. That thing can't do nothing. This thing holds volume and it will put out air at a consistent pressure. Here's the numbers: 25 gallon, 5.1 at 90 psi. That's awesome. That's some good numbers for what I need in this workshop. I don't know. I keep getting lucky. I've bought a lot of tools for the workshop for building store fixtures in the last several videos, and I just keep getting lucky. I feel incredibly lucky. I mean, $5. Listen to me, $5. The guy was right though. He was trying to explain to me that it was under his porch, and I see what he was trying to tell me now. A little bit of corrosion going on here. These gauges still work fine. The biggest problem with it is that where did I put the thing? The connector for the hose is so corroded that I can't get the hose in it. So if you know anything about air compressor stuff, this is not an expensive part. Got to go to the tool store today and buy a couple new fittings for it, and it will work great. And sometime in the future video, we'll hang some pipes on the ceiling in here and run some lines that have different places to plug up to the air compressor system across the workshop. So exciting. Funny enough, I don't even know how to tell you what else we got in this video because it's all piled back here in my back room and I have to go look at it just to even tell you what it was because my little brain cannot remember everything that I've bought. A bunch of that camera stuff here, which we've pretty much talked about at length, but I'm very excited to have it. I bought some raw materials just for making stuff. This is faux alligator. I might make a bag for my own use out of. Clarinet, Xbox, stuff for the store. So excited to put some of these together, get them working, put them on the shelves for our gaming section of the store. About the only thing I bought myself really is this patch for my NASA jacket. If I haven't even looked at the value of this. If it's valuable, I won't open it and take the patch out. But if it's not valuable, that patch is mine. There's tons of toys tucked in here. I bought some pricing guns. I didn't even make it on the camera because it was just such a quick buy. There's just stacks of video games in here too. Just stacks and stacks. And then just workshop stuff. I'm sure I'm going to miss something that later I'm going to be like, gosh, I wish I showed them. I bought 3 whole different tubs of Connects at various points during the time it took to shoot this video. And that makes me happy because we're putting together a big bundle of them to build this custom sort of display. But Connects. And there's probably not much else to show you other than the tools. Dollar shop vac. All it needs is the filter fixed or replaced, and then it will work properly. What is even in this bag? Who knows? Oh, there's a bunch of camera tapes in there. Posters. And then buttons. Buttons was the big one, right? Because I buy these buttons, and then the store display that I just showed you, one of those tables is actually for buttons. And so I've been bringing buttons back and putting anything sort of toy, movie, collectible related into this table here. And then anything that's a little more adult, let's say. So there's some political stuff in here and other stuff like that. That stuff actually gets sent to the antique mall. And that brings up an important point that I'm not going to stick on long on this video, but we are going to keep my antique mall boots for the foreseeable future, sign them over to the store, make them part of the whole business model. Just because we end up with so much stuff that isn't perfect for the store. When it's not perfect for the store, it's going to go to the antique mall. That's the plan. I make no promises about it. If we get a month into the store working and the antique malls are too much, then we'll just cut them. It's okay. But we're going to try it at first because I have 1,000 times more of this buttons, and there's no way that the store will ever sell most of them. So it's nice to sort of have a few places to put my eggs, as to not have all the eggs in one basket, I guess. But that is it, guys. And I know we do this goofy game at the end of 1,000 of my videos, but please comment below and actually let me know what your favorite thing that we got at the sales today was. Was it the shoes? Side note, we went to 6,000 yard sales last month, and found 1 million shoes. And we went to twice that many this month, and 2 hauls of shoes. It's not nothing. We've got enough shoes to open the store, but it was a little bit of a letdown that we couldn't up ourselves. But what is your favorite thing? Was it the artwork stuff? Was it the video game artwork? Was it I don't know. For me, it was the cameras. I'm a camera guy. I love Nikon cameras. I love Nikon lenses. So those lenses on those cameras I bought, that's mine. That's my favorite. Comment that below. Make sure you subscribe before we get out of here, please. I would love your help getting to 20,000 subs. It's been a long time coming, and with your help, we will get there. And if you subscribe and turn those notifications on when I post the next video showing you the real updates of the shop, you won't miss that. So I'll see you guys then, and until then, peace out.